Okay, hi everyone. Thank you for watching our YouTube video on the kiwiconnection.net. This is Bonnie, and Bonnie is going to have a card reading while she drinks her tea, and then we'll go into the teacup tea leaf reading. Is that okay, Bonnie?
It's fine.
Great. Have you had a reading before?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So you know the process then.
Yes.
When we sit down, Spirit comes in at that time.
Okay.
And then when we finish the reading, Spirit leaves, and Spirit's love and light, and they won't come back at all. They'll be gone, okay?
Okay.
Right, so what I'll do is I'll give you a pen and paper so you can write down notes if you need to.
Thank you.
Okay. And then we'll grab the cards. So hold them up to your heart center, tap them a few times. Let's the old energy out and your energy in. Then shuffle them and then spread them in front of yourself, face down, okay?
How do you want me to spread them?
Just like an accordion in front of
Okay.
yourself, yeah.
Like this.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
All right, then I want you to pass me one at a time, face down until I tell you when to stop. Keep going. One more.
Sorry.
It's okay. Give me one more. Okay. All right. Right. Oh.
Smells good, this tea.
Good.
Is it,
Says, yeah, it says chai spice herbal tea. Yeah. It has lots of tea leaves in it. And so what we'll do when we do the tea leaf reading, we'll get you to tip it upside down in the saucer, and then we'll read it, and then we'll stop and put a little bit more liquid in, swish it around, and do it. I like to do it a couple of times, okay?
Sure.
Because there's always more in there that comes up,
Sure.
okay? So this is called the Celtic Cross or Celtic Cross, and in the middle, this is a significant card, and this is what the reading would be about: family harmony, okay, and inner power. So you drew that one, so that one is the start at the beginning as well. So for family harmony, I'm getting that now. A gentleman is coming through. He's like average height, a little bit balding, a little bit stocky. Your father would be in spirit. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
Would your father come through very often?
No, not very often, but he wouldn't be balding. That might be my husband's dad.
Okay.
He's bald, more
Okay,
balding.
yeah, because it's got like father, so it'd be your father-in-law then.
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, so he's coming through. And what's his name?
Doug.
Doug, okay. Did he ever wear like a sweater or a cardigan, a knitted cardigan?
He might have. I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah, because that's how he presents himself.
Okay.
So would you understand he was a little bit on the fuddy-duddy side as he got older?
I don't know that either. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because he's coming through like that, okay, but he's coming through, he wouldn't have been a quiet gentleman because he's coming through very strong. Would you understand that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. So we're just going to thank Doug for coming through at this time. He's just saying he wasn't your favorite person. Would you understand that?
No,
Okay.
I didn't dislike him. No, I didn't really know him that well. I liked him, but
Yeah.
Mm.
But he wasn't very close to you.
no.
Yeah, okay, so that's why he's saying that. So some
Okay.
father-in-laws are really close to their daughter-in-laws,
Yeah, no,
and some
we
aren't.
didn't. No.
Yeah, yeah. So he's just giving me that. So when spirit comes through, anybody comes through. I can't tell you who comes through. Sometimes,
Understand that,
yeah. So at this time, he's chosen to come through. Okay, so family harmony here and inner power. So it seems to me that you are keeping the family together. You're exhausting yourself by keeping the family together, by looking after the family.
True.
Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
okay. So, and inner power is that your inner power is that you are starting to speak up a little bit. You're starting to say, no, sorry, I'm not going to look after this grandchild or that grandchild at this time because I need to have this time to myself.
It's true.
Yeah, so you need to do more of that with your inner strength. And also, if you give the person or your daughter or son or whoever it is a rationale why you're not going to do it at that time, that will that'll smooth things out, okay? And it'll make things much easier for you.
Okay.
When you just say no, then their war goes up, right? Yeah, and that has happened when the war goes up, and sometimes when the war goes up, they don't speak to you for a little while. Would you understand this? Okay, all right. So this is your father-in-law's coming in and saying that I know you have the power in here because he said you have kept the family together and you are keeping the family together now. So he said now it's time for you to use your power. Okay? All right. So this one is the crossing influence here. Making new friends. Okay, so for the making new friends, it says that you have you've got 3 friends, but you have one friend who doesn't live in this area, who lives in a different city. And when you speak to her, it's like you picked up the phone and you saw her yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, so there's that great connection there, so that friendship will be there. And then you also have 2 very close friends here in Calgary as well, okay? And I'm not saying that this is not your family, that this is friends, all right? Yeah.
Okay.
So you have 2 supportive friends that you don't see every day as well, but they're there when you need them, okay? They're there when you want to pick up the phone and talk to them, all right?
Okay.
And for making new friends, you're very open to make friends with people. And so this time in your life, it's good to make new friends, okay? You don't have to make friends or have someone befriend you for using you, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So at this point in your life, you're making friends because you really enjoy that person's company and they enjoy your company.
Right. Okay.
So it's a two-way street at this point in your life, okay?
Yeah.
And I want to say that goes back to your inner power as well, because you are starting to recognize, or you have recognized, who is going to be your friend and who isn't. You're pretty good at that. You're very intuitive in that region.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, all right. So I want to go back to the family harmony, because the family harmony is what this is about, and this is the reason your father-in-law came in, because he was he's telling me that he was sometimes he was a little bit overwhelmed that you kept the family together, and that you had that dynamics in you to keep the family together. So he said that he gives you for some reason he's given you a nice golden bow for doing that, okay? So and he's not saying he's proud of you for doing it, but he acknowledges you for doing that, okay? Yeah. And he also says that, you know, along the road you have had a rocky road, but he said everybody does it in their relationships. So he said, but you smooth everything out, okay? Yeah. All right, so this one is as things appear. Kick up your heels. The kicking up your heels is going out and doing something with your girlfriends. Going out to a movie, going and just having coffee. You don't do that anymore, do you? No, okay.
That's true, I don't.
Okay. So he's saying, okay, you know, like, you need to do it, okay? Yeah. And he's also saying that your friends realize that you have, you know, like a tiny time frame to do this, and that they do appreciate you doing that, going out with them, even if it's for a coffee for an hour, just or for a little visit, all right?
Good, okay.
Yeah. Right, now what else is she saying? Oh, no, there's a lady coming through here. Okay, this is a not so tall lady, not skinny, but a little on the slender side, an elderly lady. She's very, I'm saying she's very precocious. She liked to have her own way. She was, she's saying, she's coming through quite faintly at first here. Oh, she likes to suss out the situation before she gets involved, Okay, would you understand who this would be?
No, it could be my mom or it could be my mother-in-law. I don't know.
Okay, all right. I just give her a little bit more information. She wasn't a type of mother or mother-in-law to spend money at all. She
Could be my mother.
money in her pocket, and
Yeah.
she wore the same. I see her wearing the same clothes, and the clothes were quite dowdy that she wore. Would you understand that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and she does have quite an opinion. Okay, now she's coming through a little bit stronger. So your father-in-law is over there, and she's over here. Okay,
Mhm.
so it's not like they had a great.
They didn't really know each other.
Yeah, not a great link to each other.
No.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So family harmonies. Oh, she's going to go back to the family harmony, and she said that she could take lessons from you with being a mother, how to be a mother,
Oh.
and how to be a caring mother. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she's acknowledging her faults, and she's just giving you some accolades to say
Nice.
that
Okay, yeah.
that she understands that perhaps she wasn't the mother that she should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then when they're in spirit, they kind of do a review of their life, and
Mhm.
so she's reviewing it with you,
Mm-hmm.
and she wants you to know that she didn't understand the way that she was here,
Right.
and if she had to do it again, she would be more like you.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So she's saying that the daughter is supposed to be like the mother, but in this case, the mother is like the daughter.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll just keep on going here with this. I'll just ask her what else does she want to say here. Okay, she's telling me that her timing on everything was off. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
When she did things, it's like
Yeah.
it was too late or too far away.
Yeah.
There wasn't, she just didn't, she never had a balance in her life.
No.
And then towards the end of her life, in her mind, she didn't have a balance either in her
Mhm.
mind.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So she's kind of explaining to you her faults and how she
Right,
was. Okay,
right.
yeah, okay. All right. So she's talking about, she definitely is going back to the family harmony again, and she's just saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry I wasn't who I should have been, who you wanted me to be at that time. She said, I don't expect forgiveness overnight, but she said, I'm working on it, I'm working on you forgiving me, and every time I come through, there'll be a little bit more forgiveness as it goes along, okay? Yeah, okay, so then we've just got this card here. This one is your true inner self, environmental awareness. So with the environmental awareness here, it's saying to me that you are very much in nature. You like to go out walking. You like to visit different places. You can sit. You actually, you have an infinity for meditation, but then you don't do enough. Would you understand? You kind of beat yourself up
Yeah,
because
that's true.
yeah, you want to do that. You want to be with nature. Nature is also spirit, being with spirit,
Right,
and sitting in the power of spirit as well. So it's saying that you're very, very capable of doing that, and you've done it before, and you might want to step back into doing that, step back into that nature or natural energy again. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And that's truly in your heart. So that's truly what you're capable of, right? So this one is the immediate past. Honoring your true feelings. Okay, so that's just what we just said, okay, pretty much what we said. You can step back into your heart and just bring out what you truly want to bring.
Right.
And it goes back to inner power as well.
Mhm.
So you have the power to honor your true feelings by speaking up, which is what you have been doing slowly.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
I want to see what else your mother has to say. Oh, she's just telling me, she said she never really had the ability to listen. She she only really had the ability to talk and talk over people and not listen. So she said this is very interesting and different for her to be listening, okay, instead of talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Okay, so this one is your immediate future. Raising your standards. So the immediate future with raising your standards, I want to go back to making new friends. So you've had a couple of friends in the past who have wanted to gossip and bring people down. but you haven't engaged in that. You don't have the time or the energy, or you can't be bothered doing that. So your standards have risen, and they continue to rise. And the more they continue to rise, the more offensive these people will be, right? The more attacking they will be. So don't even go there. Don't even listen to them. It's like, when you go onto a Facebook page and you get attacked on a Facebook page, well, why are you even on that Facebook page?
Exactly.
Yeah, so, so you've pretty much got it sussed out there.
Yeah.
So you don't need to take
Okay.
the rhetoric that goes on
Yeah,
behind
for
your
sure.
back. Okay?
Yeah.
Right. Your mother's funny because she said it didn't matter what somebody said. Right?
No, that's true. That's
She
true.
just did her own thing anyway.
She did.
Tooted her own horn anyway.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's very true.
Okay.
Bonny was one of a kind.
She has a really different sense of humor.
She does.
Okay. So these ones are the here and now cards. These cards here. Oh, how's your tea, by the way?
It's good. I'm
Good.
done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to keep going with the cards, all right?
Sure. Yeah.
So this one here is your current state. Body movement. With body movement, you're looking, I don't do health issues, but you're looking into like getting more energy in your life, right?
Sure.
And more energy in your life is also going back to nature as well, okay? It's also walking, so you are thinking about what you can do to increase your energy in your life, and also going into spirit. When we sit with spirit right now, like we're sitting with spirit, we are healing. So spirit heals us whether we like it or not, because spirits come from the divine source, and the divine source is healing energy, and so it's energy all around us. So we're healing. So you are healing. So every time you sit with spirit, if you decide to meditate or take some quiet time with spirit, you're also healing at that time. And so, that also comes in with that body movement, right? It's not just your physical body, it's your mind
Your
as
mental.
well. Yeah, your spiritual state as well.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, so this one is your home, social, and environment. Breaking free. You have had some bad habits, and you're breaking free of them. So with the body movement, it tells me that you have changed the way that you're looking at eating and looking at dieting and food. Your father-in-law is saying, don't diet. Diet's not a good thing. What is a good thing is the different foods you eat. Okay. So he said that wasn't a word in his vocabulary. Would you understand that? Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. So he said, just remember, that's not a great word, but the word is food mixing, right? You're looking at what you're mixing,
Right.
what food you're mixing.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Right. So this one is your hopes and fears. Oh, this is a good one for you, Bonnie. Follow your dreams. Following your dreams is, I'm going to go back to the family harmony and inner power. So that's speaking up for yourself, starting to do what you want to do for yourself. If you want to go for a little vacation with one of your girlfriends overnight, you're entitled to do that. You're entitled to do that rather than babysit your grandchildren
Right.
at your children's whim. Okay?
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is what they're saying here.
Yeah.
Follow what you want to do.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the outcome, this last one here. Oh, this brings you back to the higher consciousness. It's kind of what we've been talking about all along,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
And you have 4 people in spirit that look over you all the time. So your mother actually does, whether you like it or not, right? She said, I will come in more every time you have a reading. I will come in more. And your father-in-law is looking over you, and there are 2 other people that have not come through. So you have 5 people in spirit that watch over you.
Okay.
Yeah. And there are other people too as well, but you have 4 main people. And the 4 main people can be your family, or they can be like guides that you don't know,
Right.
but they are here around you when you want them to be. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's when you sit in the power as well, or sit with spirit, or sit and meditate. you can connect to them too. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I pulled 2 cards. Usually pull the same amount of cards as the spirit people come through. So I would say this card would be from your father-in-law, from Doug. Magic of nature. He said the magic of nature is all around you and you know it. And you just have to tap into it. Okay. And this is from your mother. Inner child. She said, she said, I didn't nurture my inner child. She said, I was kind of selfish. I nurtured myself. I didn't give to anybody else. But she said that you are giving to everybody. You know, your inner child is sharing with everybody.
True.
Yeah, and so she said she missed that out on her life when she was here, and she understands it now perfectly now. So she's bringing that back to you. That, you know, thank you for nurturing your inner child. Thank you for sharing with everybody in the family. Okay?
Nice, thank you. Yeah, that's
Okay.
very nice.
So we'll just let them stay here because they might want to come back through when we do the tea leaves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
how do you want to work this with the tea leaves?
Okay, so is there a little bit of liquid left in
Just
there?
a little bit, yeah.
Okay, kind of just, let me just put a little bit more in there. And then stir it around, swish it around. And then you can tip it upside down on this cup here.
Okay.
Yep. That's great.
Is that good?
That's good. Yeah, and then put it back on here.
Upside down or no?
Right
Just
side
like
up.
oh, it didn't
Yeah.
even come.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So what we're doing is we're going to read this part here.
Wow.
You can read that too. Okay, so so this is the immediate past, and this is the immediate future, and everything else is just around us. Oh my goodness, Bonnie, you have so much going on in your life. It's like everything is woven into everything else. It's really, really hard for you to get away and get some time to yourself, like we said in the cards that you maybe
Right.
should do, right?
Right.
So that looks like at this time that may be an impossibility unless you use that inner strength and demand, you know, that you have your own rights and to
That's
do
right.
what you want.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Okay. It's like a log jam.
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah. And you try not to sink under the logs. Yeah.
True.
You're trying to stay above the logs. Okay, so I see that you're reaching your hand up and that there is somebody giving you a stick and pulling you out. Okay, so you can look forward to that there will be something else happening in your life that's not for everybody else. Okay. It's like you have to go through the clutter, and you've got your day timer is for the month, and for the next month, and the next month. It seems to be full, and it seems to be full of obligations that you're doing for other people, and nothing for yourself.
That's true.
Okay. If you need to, like if you want to comment or need to have a drink or anything,
Okay,
just go
thanks.
ahead.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I actually see this would be one of your grandchildren is an allergy to peanuts or nuts and was quite sick. Would you understand that?
Yeah, I don't know if they do or not yet. Not that I know of.
Okay. Okay, so I see that one of your grandchildren was quite sick at one time.
Okay. Could be Boston. You know, he's got a lot of problems.
Yeah. Bounces back, gets sick again, bounces back, gets sick again. Would you understand that? Yeah. Okay, I just get the word nanny for some reason. So this grandson would be very attached to you? Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. and that's where you're using your inner child to stretch out to him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see here. I want to say that you recently were at a place that there was a musician or somebody playing a saxophone or a trumpet or some musical instrument like that.
Not that I can remember. I
Okay.
haven't been over so long.
Yeah, I know. Or
Yeah.
it must have been on television, like something you heard really took you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Would you understand that?
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, so what they're getting at too is the pleasure of music. You get pleasure in music.
I do. Yes.
Yeah. And also, this is your father-in-law saying sometimes that big brass music is pretty strong and pretty uplifting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you listen to that kind of music at all?
Not very often. Occasionally.
Okay, well this is what he's saying here and here. All right. It's funny. I also see music. I also see another gentleman wearing bagpipes here.
Bagpipes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it seems that you really like music, right?
I
And
do.
you listen to all kinds of music. Doesn't matter what it is, you still have enjoyment out of it.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna put a little bit more in there, and I want you to swish it around a little bit more.
Okay.
Try to get
That's
it
all
up a
you
little
say.
bit higher. Yep.
A little better.
Yeah, we usually do it a couple of times here.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay. I want to say that your grandson comes to you with a little backpack on his shoulders. Would you understand a little backpack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Because he's in here, and he likes to wear it and show it off.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this definitely is around family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I see a little stuffed teddy bear or some kind of toy that he has thrown up and he
Mhm.
enjoys throwing up. Would you understand that?
I do. Actually.
Okay.
He likes to throw things.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a few other things in here too, but I particularly see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It just came to me. This is just psychically that he said no dolls, right?
Mm-hmm.
No dolls.
No.
But teddy bears are okay. Okay.
Do you see anything about my husband's health, by any chance?
Okay, I'll just go to the side here. Okay, and the last cup, I did see a gentleman sitting down
Mm-hmm.
and really struggling and fighting, like not to lose his identity.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one here, let's see. This one here is it's almost like he wants to be the character. He wants to be he likes attention, right? He's an attention seeker. This is what it says in here. And what he's trying to do, he's trying to cover up and mask how his mind is, because he's trying to be like jovial and jokey. However, it's not typically him, so it's not really working. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I also see that music does calm him down too. Would you understand that?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So, like the more familiar music that you play, the better he is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I also see that there is a weight loss. There's starting to be a weight loss. It's almost like his shoes are almost too big for him, or his pants are too big for him.
Mm-hmm.
And his legs are getting skinnier. Would you understand that? Yeah. Okay. I'm not a doctor, so I can't give you, that kind of information. But
No.
this is what I see and hear.
Mm-hmm.
That it just seems to be weakening of the body.
Yeah.
He also likes to blame. He likes to blame you, because I see you in here, and him kind of like voicing his opinion, and you just sitting back. So you sitting back is a good thing, because then there's no engagement in argument and conversation. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah. He wants to keep that link to you. He would be totally lost without you, but he doesn't know how to find it. He doesn't know how to get it. It's like it's up here, and he's struggling to find it down here. So he definitely still wants to be linked to you, no matter what. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how his health is, or how he treats you, which he thinks now that it's like going back and saying, hey, I really shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have treated her like that. So that's a reflection as well. But that also makes him angry as well. Okay, because he's not angry at you. He's angry at himself. But then angry at himself comes out to be angry at you.
True.
Okay. Did you recently get your hair cut? Your hair looks nice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's what it says in here.
Last week, yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. That's what it says. It's a good move. Good move. Oh, and he's also, this is also saying, this is your father-in-law coming back here now. He's saying, the better you look, the more beautiful you look, and you put makeup on, and you get dressed up nicely, the more it intimidates him, because he thinks that you're going to go out and leave him, right? So, so it's very, very hard for you even to go out for coffee with your girlfriend. But that's where that jumble and that log jam is, right? It's very hard for you to do that. So, so the lifesaver and the stick pulling you up is your friend phoning you and saying that, you need to go out. So they actually need to go pick you up so he can physically see that you are with your girlfriend. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I do see a little bit of jealousy in here too, because you are gaining more independence and he is gaining less independence, and he's gaining more reliability on you, and you are less reliable on him. So over the period of the last 6 months, I would say, it's kind of like being a role reversal. Would you understand that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Right. It's funny, he wants to walk over people, but he doesn't quite have the capacity to do it anymore. Okay? So people aren't taking what he says anymore. This is saying your husband is a good man, he's a good person,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but this is bringing out his psychic personality a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nobody is a bad person. We all have good traits and we all have not so good traits.
True.
Do you have a little dog?
No.
Okay, or a cat. I see a dog or a cat, little animal here.
Mm-mm. We used to have one, but not anymore.
Okay. This must be in spirit then. Okay, this definitely looks like a little cat.
Mm.
Now, did you have a cat that passed away?
Mm-mm. Had a dog that passed away,
Yeah, yeah.
not a cat.
No, for some reason I want to say this is a cat.
No, we haven't had a cat we have never had a cat.
Okay,
My mom had a cat.
okay. Alright, so this cat, I just want to describe it to you. It has a big fluffy tail, and it's kind of like almost like a Persian cat, but not hair that long, and it had big ears and long legs. Would you understand that cat
I
from
think
your
it's
mum?
my mom's cat.
Yeah, okay.
It was a huge
Yeah,
monster of a cat.
Yeah, huge, like long fluffy tail. Okay. Just in the center of this, so gone a long time, and just here to say hello.
Oh,
Okay?
nice. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get you to do this one more time,
Okay. Sounds good.
since we have time here.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Oh, now that's less.
Okay, great. All right. Okay, so this is from your inner heart, Bonnie. It tells me that you have had a lot of tears recently. Yeah. And there are people watching over you. There's also, I also see a little owl, so you must like owls. Would you understand?
I do.
Do you have like pictures of owls or owl ornaments in your home?
I do.
Okay, yeah. So owls are very wise, and so they're saying that, you know, having the owl around you gives you strength as well, and you also cry. You also cry around where there's one of these owl ornaments. Would you understand that? Yeah, and this is your father-in-law coming in and saying tears are good. Your mother wouldn't come in and say anything, but do you understand her? Okay.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. She wasn't a crier, really.
Okay. Okay. All right. But tears are definitely healthy, and you need to also share your tears with your closest friends. Okay. Yeah, because that affects. He says that affects health as well if you bottle up and don't let it out. Okay. So now understand that owls are your totems. You probably know that if you have a lot around.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, owls are good luck, for you, and here they're good luck, and you have some, you said.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so sometimes you feel that your health slides down, a huge down decline, okay, and that there's bumps along the way. So your father was saying here that the only way to stop that is in your mind, okay, for you to stop that, okay. He said self-talk is really hard. He wasn't the person who did it at all, but he's saying for you, self-talk is very positive, and you've done a lot of it, and you can continue to do it, and when you feel a decline, you need to take those tears and cry, but you need to cry with a friend of yours. You need to share them with a friend, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're very welcome there. We will just put those over here, and yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Thank you, Bonnie.
Thank you very much.